Welcome. In front of me I have the iPad Pro 11-inch from 2025, and today I will show you how you can hard reset this device through DFU mode. So, I'll be using Windows for this, which you can clearly see, but you can do this also on macOS. Now, the process doesn't really differ that much. The only difference is on the Windows we need to download additional programs, while macOS already comes with everything that you need built into the OS itself. So what you want to do on Mac is just plug in your device and open up Finder, which is basically similar to Explorer, and your device will show up somewhere on the side panel. Click on it and you're good to go. So that's one. Now on Windows, on the other hand side, we need to go through a bit of a annoyance. Number one, we're going to start off by opening up Microsoft Store, which is already a red flag 1. And in here, we're going to search for Apple devices, which is red flag number 2 with the lowest rating. That's what you should probably focus on, the lowest rating program. It's just going to happen to be the one that you're looking for. And there is a reason for this to have this abysmal review. And one of the reasons would be the fact that iTunes used to work much better than this. So honestly, in comparison, iTunes is more like a 4.1 rating rather than the 2.4 that it has. So I guess we were too harsh before to that program, considering Apple can produce something that is infinitely shittier. And not only that, but they also decided to split up iTunes into several different programs. Great update to a program by discontinuing it and then making the same thing but in several different programs. Cool. I love to have more garbage on my PC rather than just one program. Awesome. Fantastic choice right here. So, the reason I'm criticizing this is because now, instead of just iTunes, we need to get to do everything that iTunes used to do. We need to get Apple devices, iCloud, and Apple Music. And even more insanely stupid kind of thing is, if you download Apple Music, you can't manage music with this. No, you still need Apple devices, so you first need to manage your music in here, and then go to here. So this can connect to this, and get information what artists, musics, and whatever you have on your PC, so it can then get the music from here, move it to here, and then to your tablet. Great, just fantastic logic here. And some dipshit at Microsoft gave this a 2024 award for music category. He might have been using a different music player in this case, or different application, considering this sheer shit is not worth it, because Apple Music can't play the lossless format called FLAC. So it's a music player that doesn't play music, at least not at the highest quality, which is questionable. Why would anyone give it an award? And as a music streaming platform, it's also shit, because Tidal can do it better. It has higher bitrate format of music, which means you get much better sound quality. What are we doing here? Like, if you ever wanted proof that companies basically do their circle jerk and pay each other off to do things, here it is. It's called Apple Music. Anyway, so probably by now Apple devices has downloaded for you, because it does take a moment. Microsoft servers are a bit slow. And you can see a bit of a problem here. A reason for this garbage program to have such a low review. It detects my iPad in DFU mode already. This sure shit ain't DFU mode, I can tell you that. Now hopefully this mode won't disappear when we actually boot into the DFU mode, but we'll see. So, to boot your device into the DFU mode, once you have this open, you do want to have your iPad selected right here. And in your case, it will look a bit different. You will have information in here, which you can, for instance, back up, restore your device and update it and all that stuff. So you want to have this visible. The reason you want to have this visible is because when we boot into DFU mode, this message will be the only visible discerning factor that you have successfully booted into this mode. So let's get started. We're gonna basically press volume up and volume down and hold power button. And typically you would have done it a little bit differently, but it looks like the way you boot into the DFU mode has changed. So now you're just holding power button till the screen turns off, and when it does, you immediately start holding also volume down, you count to 3, and after 3 you let go of the power button but keep holding volume down. So it's a little bit simpler now to boot into this mode, which I do appreciate, because previously it was just absolutely abhorrent. Holding the was basically the same thing: up, down, power for 10 seconds, then the volume down for 5 seconds, let go after 5 of this. Yeah, it was just absolute mess. So here now it's much simpler. So I'm going to begin by doing the volume up, down, power, and I'm holding it as long as it takes the tablet to turn off. So we're just looking for the screen to turn black. One, 2, 3. And okay, here is our problem, or at least my problem. I can't reset the device through DFU mode because it disappears with that message when the device is in actual DFU mode. Thanks, Apple devices. You sure as shit know exactly what the state of your hardware is in. Awesome. So you know what? Typically you'd want to click on that restore button there, and you'd basically be on your way. But I will need to reboot the device and hope that the button actually works when it's not in DFU mode. So when you boot it into this mode, you should see obviously this page, DFU mode, cool. And in here, you're just gonna press on restore iPad. Now, if you're getting confused by the terminology restore, no, you're actually not restoring it. Tim Cook might be a bit old, and it looks like he's going senile now, considering the dude is literally confusing restore and reset. Now, restore would imply you're gonna be putting data on the device, but also Apple terminology for this is also stupid. So anyway, I'm gonna click on that, which instead of restoring resets the device, and you can see right here restore and update. I also want to point out there is no way to do this without updating your device, so that's just great. So anyway, I'm gonna select restore and update. It's gonna start extracting the software. Now in your case, it will actually first begin downloading the software. So this is about 10 gigabytes of iOS that you need to download. So in total, you need to have 20 gigabytes free of storage on your computer for this to be, well, feasible. And anyway, once it's done extracting this software, it's gonna hopefully start loading it onto the device, which isn't in DFU mode, but apparently the program doesn't seem to know that. So I just hope it will work. Preparing iPad. Now, shouldn't you prepare iPad by preparing the iPad? Okay, I think I'm going to pause this and try to do one more thing to solve this problem. So anyway, I'm going to come back in a moment, hopefully with everything figured out. I will have this device already in DFU mode in this case to see automatically if it works, but I will see this live with you, so anyway. Okay, so I did manage to get it into the correct DFU mode. I actually needed to reset the device in a different way, and after the reset, it works. Great. So to fix a problem, you basically need to get rid of all your data. Which, I guess for the purpose of resetting it, it's not really that bad, but for purposes of managing your device through a computer, it's absolutely awful. So anyway, now that when I press the restore iPad, it should actually give me all the same messages. Now it's gonna basically extract this again, just because I had to forcibly close the program. And now it should actually just do what it was intended to do. As the device is, as you can see, in DFU mode right now. So it's not lighting up, so it is in this kind of a black screen, which is the DFU mode with the to access the way I showed you before. And the moment it starts to prepare the device here, it should actually, we should see some kind of life. Well, so this is interesting. Apparently, this iPad could not be restored. Well, that's absolutely fantastic. So that's honestly one of the things that I did experience before, but I don't know if right now I'll be able to solve this. The way I would go about this before, because this did happen to me, is by basically we're gonna go press volume up, volume down, hold power button. So typically before, by putting it into the recovery mode, I was usually, well, so far, I was able to fix that problem. Because this, like I said, didn't happen just once to me. And there is a reason for this abominable rating of this program. And you can clearly see. Anyway, from here, we're going to select, again, a restore an update, and we're basically going to start over. Amazing. So normally, if we did it through DFU mode, which should have worked, this would have gone through the same way that it's actually going to go right now. It's just through different mode. Like I said, historically, when recording iPhones as well like this has happened to me before. And doing this through recovery mode is the only way left that you can actually reset the device. Otherwise, it's kind of bricked. So when DFU mode didn't work, you would be stuck on this kind of like Apple logo with the loading progress bar right there. And only putting it into the recovery mode will help you actually just reset it, as the device will not boot into the DFU mode in such a state for some reason. So anyway, from here, like you've seen, all you need to do is just select the same options to restore the device, which instead of restoring it, it resets it. And again, we're going to need to wait for this entire process to go from the beginning, load everything up, reset it, install it, and hopefully this time around, we will be presented with the setup screen. And as you can see, the process is finally over, so you can set up your device however you like. Now, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.